central to the progress of India. It underscores our shared commitment for advancing gender justice and inclusive development. India's vision of a Viksit Bharat by 2047 rests on the pillars of equality, inclusion, and empowerment. Women-led development has now become the new narrative, the core narrative of India's national strategy. As articulated by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, India is investing in women as catalysts of growth through improved access to education, entrepreneurship, health, and digital literacy. Flagship schemes such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Stand Up India, Mahila Samman Savings Certificate, and Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has created a transformative ecosystem where women are no longer simply beneficiaries, but active contributors to the national progress. More than 10 crore women have joined the self-help groups, becoming economic change makers in rural India. This participative model of governance ensures that the woman's voice shapes policies leading to sustained and equitable growth. It would be inappropriate if we did not remember the participation of women in India's freedom struggle. Women's participation in India's freedom struggle was simply not marginal, but it was central. The freedom movement was not just about a story about political leaders and battles, but it is also a story of women who stepped out of their homes, defying social restrictions to fight for the nation's independence. Rani Jhansi Lakshmibai, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Sarojini Naidu ji, Kasturiba Gandhi ji, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay, Preetilata Vaddedar, Kalpana Dutt, Durga Babi, Madam Bikaji Kama have all left an indelible mark in our minds. At the grassroots, countless unsung heroines have made sacrifices. Matangani Hazra of Bengal, Kanakalata Barua, who was just 17 years old and martyred in Assam, Akkamma Cherian of Kerala are part of this. As the world's largest democracy, we believe that the greater presence of women in political and decision-making spaces creates a sense of security among the common citizens, particularly the women and the marginalized sections. As a result, India today is witnessing a rapid transformation from women's development to women-led development. Under the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, our government has adopted a multi-pronged approach involving the whole of the government and the whole of society to address issues women face as a lifetime continuum basis. Keeping pace with this, the Parliamentary Committee on Empowerment of Women is working for women's educational, social, economic, and political empowerment that ascertains gender justice and equality. However, we must also acknowledge the persisting challenges. Unequal access to education, digital exclusion, underrepresentation in formal workforce and leadership roles continue to hinder women's full potential. The Digital India initiative must be complemented by the efforts to bridge the gender digital divide, particularly focusing on rural women. Remedial steps must include gender budgeting across ministries, effective implementation of laws such as the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act and the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, and time-bound action on gaps identified in the parliamentary and state reports. Greater institutional convergence and periodic review of flagship schemes under the Mission Shakti framework play a significant role in delivering the measurable outcomes. Honorable members, We may recall that on the occasion of the International Women's Day of 1996, both houses of parliament adopted identical resolutions regarding the constitution of a joint standing committee on improving women's status. In response, the Committee on Empowerment of Women was constituted for the first time on the 29th of April 1997 under a unique cross-ministerial mandate to scrutinize all measures affecting women. Since its inception, the committee has worked diligently to fulfill the mandate. It is a matter of immense pride for me as the present chairperson of the Women Committee on Empowerment to place before you that the committee has finalized and presented 87 reports to the Parliament, 45 original